Hello everyone, thanks for coming outside with me today. Today I want to show you a DIY bow holder method that you can use on public land, private land, even use it with a gun if you want to, or a crossbow. And it uses a HYS strap or a DIY HYS strap. I'll link the original HYS strap in the description below to Tethered's website. I think they make an excellent gear holder, public land, nothing screws into the tree, and there's no weird cinch buckles or clip buckles like I've used in the past. No plastic hooks. You actually have the hooks and attachment methods on your equipment, and then you attach them to the HYS strap, or I like to use S-spinners actually. So let's show all the things that I'm going to do with this HYS strap, as well as how it works with my bow. And I quite prefer this over the Kydex hook methods, although mine is kind of bow specific. So let's get to the tree here, pretend I'm standing on the platform, and how I would set everything up. Hello, car. Hello. Get off your phone. Kids live here. All right, so we're up here at hunting height. We're on the platform, if you will. So I use a sling pack. This is the Outlaw 2 sling pack from 3V Gear, and allows me to access everything super simple. So I keep my HYS strap here, or my DIY HYS strap here, in the main pocket. This is made from a couple of ratchet straps, and my good friend Nate Fry from The Budget Sportsman, his wife Hannah, I'll link both of their channels in the description below, actually, if you're interested in following either one of them. She is much better with a sewing machine than I am, and she graciously offered to take a couple of old ratchet straps I had. I kind of wish I didn't have red. I wish they were a different color. I didn't think this would actually work, or I'd like it all that much, and I'm kind of regretting it because I really do, but you know, the red is what it is. She took a 12 gauge shotgun shell, and that's what she used as per my request to make all of the loops. So the tethered HYS strap has big, long, and they almost kind of flop when you kind of break them in. I didn't want that. I wanted these more rigid, open loops, and it's a 2-strap system, obviously, and I have a plethora of loops to cinch this onto the tree. I use the tethered Predator pack for my Predator platform, and it comes with a bunch of these G-clips here, and I'll put a link in the description below to some other G-clips that I found online. You can't find the specific tethered ones, obviously. The other ones that are online are not nearly as good of a quality, but if you do have some extra floating around, this works really well in this system. Has a little bit of an extra tag in, and I even have an S-spinner here, which normally isn't here. It's just for the sake of the video, so I can pull on this a little bit easier. But then I have a cord of D-loop material, big loop here, that I can hook my finger in to cinch this tight, then kind of fumbling around trying to grab the end of the strap. And also it does double duty. It allows the strap to not get pulled back through the G-clip. So if you've never seen one of these in action, which most people have by now, I kind of roughly always end up on the same diameter-ish tree. This thing here is a little bit smaller than a basketball, around a basketball size. Maybe I have a couple trees that I have traditionally hunted out of that are close to 2.5 foot in diameter, but most of the time I end up on the same strap holes, and so I have these S-spinners kind of already apportion them out. They're super easy to move though, even with gloves on later. We'll talk about this purple cord here in a second. So if I'm actually tethered in, I put my HYS strap right around, you know, collarbone height, maybe a little bit lower. And all I'm doing here is I'm going to feed this through one of these loops here towards the end, and then all I have to do is just cinch it tight, and it'll hold everything. I mean, I can sit here and yank on all of these S-spinners and everything, and I actually use this extra long piece here to hold my backpack, which I use as my knee cushion. I used to use knee pads, and they were great, but that was before I used this system, and I much rather use my backpack, so it's one less thing I have to carry in the woods with my knee pads. And I'll cinch it down tight here. That G-hook does a real good job, and like I said here, this S-spinner usually isn't here because I don't want it flopping around and clinking, but I just have it here for the sake of the video. Pull on that D-loop material real stiff there, and now this is where I traditionally have my bow. And like I said, this is usually the size diameter tree that I end up here in central PA, and you can see that my bow hanger is right here. These are Night Eyes S-spinners. I'll put a link in the description below. I got a 6-pack of them. These are the number 3, I think. Yeah, the number 3, and they're 25 pounds each. Plenty of support for whatever you're going to use these for. I'm going to take this S-spinner here. The reason why I have it is because I would usually then have one here on the tag end. I'll take it off from other parts of the strap or off my sling pack here, and I will attach my sling pack at this point. So you have some extras here. Like I said, it came in a 6-pack. I would actually now then go in and attach my pack to the HYS strap here at this juncture where I can reach it. It's too high up for my knees, you know, if I was to be tethered in, but it's up at a height now that I can reach in here to my bag. I can get out my rangefinder. I can clip my rangefinder on, you know, so I'll take these S-beaners. I can put them wherever I want. Maybe I want my rangefinder over here. Maybe I want to hang binoculars off the side here. I also hang my quiver, and I don't have it out here with me. That was foolish, but I have another piece of this D-loop material tied up in the central portion, the central post of my quiver, and allows me to hang it off the right-hand side of the bow, or of the tree rather. So then once I get all the gear out, I can then make this my knee pad. And these S-beaners from Night Eyes don't have a lip to them. They just are basically a straight bar, which allows them to come off a lot easier. You really want to use S-beaners here. I used carabiners for a while, and I just ended up fighting them. They ended up poking through. They ended up snagging all the little tiny fibers of the ratchet strap. It's just a pain in the butt. But I would kind of figure out where this is, roughly in relation to my knees, and then I would clip this pack in once all my gear's out, and then I would have my knee pad once I'm actually ready to lean away from the tree a little bit. Let's get the bow here and talk about why I have this just loop here instead of doing the Kydex hooks. All right, so a lot of people have gone to using Kydex, and Kydex is a very malleable material. It's very easy to work with, and it's super strong. The issue that I'm worried about is if it's cold, if it's brittle. And the biggest one I worry about is with my bow. When you go to pull it up from the tree, if it twists, you know, around the tree or something, and I smash that Kydex hook on the tree, or there's something else down there on the ground, and it breaks off that hook, I now don't have a means of hanging it on my bow, or off my tree rather. So I don't really like that idea just for that peace of mind. I don't doubt it though. Kydex is used for gun holsters and a whole bunch of other really robust things, but I'd much rather use a piece of metal. So I have a piece of aluminum bar stock here, and I've cut it off to length, drilled a hole through it, and the Cure, this is an Elite Cure, along with the Elite Result, and a lot of other bows now on the market, I think Bear, Bowtech at least that comes to mind, use 2 burger button holes for the rest alignment. But you only need one. You only need one bolt through your rest, so the other one is just vacant. And if you have a rest like this Hamskea here that has a big enough gap, I know the ripcords have a big enough gap, I'm pretty sure QAD would as well if you fudged it, have a big enough gap here, you can fill both holes at the same time. Whiskey Brisket, definitely you can do this, and then you can just attach the piece of bar stock through that second hole after you've already installed your rest, and now you have a sturdy piece of aluminum here, or steel, or whatever you wanted to do. If you wanted to do a piece of Kydex or something similar, you could as well. This straight bar does not get in the way of my hand at all when I shoot. It's very streamlined. It doesn't stick off the side of the bow. Everything's nice and clean. I have a little piece of hockey tape down here on the bottom. Even though I've sanded off the edges, I just don't want to get snagged on stuff. This piece of cord attached to this S-beaner now is my bow holder, and I can fish this through here with just one hand without having to fiddle fart with it. Now, when it comes to being held onto the tree, you see it's not coming off anytime soon, right? So like I could have a real windy moment. I could accidentally bump it going around the tree, you know, hit it with like this with my pack. It's not gonna slip off of that Kydex hook. So I really like this method more just for that particular reason. Also, it comes off super clean. So it's held really sturdily on here. And if I take this off here and just kind of hold the bow for a second, I can maneuver this anywhere I want around the tree, right? Any of these positions, I can put this S-beaner. At the beginning of the season, I just ran the cord through here, and it's just girth hitched. It's just a loop of just purple cord here. It's like a paracord-like substitute. And I can have it anywhere on this strap that I want. And right there is super comfortable for me. And the reason why I like having all these little holes instead of having the bigger loops is that I often have Nate here with me filming, or I'll be filming him hopefully this year a little bit more. And one of us is gonna have a bow with an arrow and a broadhead sticking out past and poking the cameraman if we're not careful. So the ability to move this around the tree to wherever it needs to go based on these many different holes instead of the larger ones really offers to have any angle that we need. So that's hello car. Audio is fun. So that's basically it. Just a little bit of cord, a couple of ratchet straps, and a G-hook, and you're good to go. You can loop all of your rangefinders and grunt tubes and stuff through here and just girth hitch them through the holes. You don't need the S-beaners. That's what I originally did, but when your hands are cold, it's through the end of a hunt, it's getting dark, you don't want to be sitting here fishing cord through. Although it works, these S beaners are well worth it. The 6-pack is less than 20 bucks. It's well worth it just to be able to move things around. Super lightweight, super portable. I strongly recommend them. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions on running a hit strap, saddle hunting, archery gear, whatever it may be, follow the links in the description below. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, send me an email, or even make a comment down here on YouTube for everybody else to benefit from. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful, it's getting warmer creation, and we'll get to see you next time.